Pleased not to be joined here at Blogging the Boys by the one and only, the legendary, the internationally famous. I was told he is set to play the newest version of James Bond. It is from the Ohio State, Michael Hall Jr. Although Mike, that's usually what I've seen floating around. Does the
Yeah.
Michael bother you?
No, either or.
What do you think about the James Bond thing, though? You glossed over that.
It's just funny.
I want to start off with some weird stuff. All right. I went to Texas A&M. Very proud of that. All right. But it really bothers me when anybody else does the thing. Like, I'm not an Ohio State stan, but like, you can miss me with like the New Mexico State. It's a cool thing. I get it, but it's Ohio
Yeah,
State's. Like, I get that people want it to be theirs, but Ohio State got there first. You know what I mean? Like, we just all have to
right,
live with and accept that.
right.
Does it bother you? Because it
Nah,
bothers me. I didn't even go there. It would really bother me if I went there.
it doesn't bother me at all.
That's interesting. Okay, well, that was my first thing, my first weird question. My second was, so I don't think I could handle entering the NFL draft because people look into your life and learn all. I'm sure you've maybe been like, how do they know that about me? Like, who did they talk to? Like, how did they find this out? So, one of the best draft analysts in the business, Dane Brugler, puts together this big, massive, he calls it a beast of a draft guide. And it's the most intensive thing ever. I mean, I'm surprised it doesn't have like your social security number or things like that. And in there, it said that you worked at McDonald's. Is this true?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, what is the like secret employee thing to eat, like when you're working there that nobody really knows?
I can't even remember. We were doing like a lot of stuff back then. I think they had like these little like donut sticks or something like that. They had like they would just keep in the freezer or something like yeah. I can't remember, but like we never sold them, but like we would just make them like amongst ourselves and just eat them.
Mike, you and I were vibing, and I'm really happy about that. But that's kind of a boring answer. I was expecting you to be like, "Oh, well, we took like this sandwich and this sauce, and we like." I'm talking like off the wall, off the menu things, like
Oh
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
that
We do some crazy stuff. So like you would have like a little like a regular quarter pounder or something like that, and like make it like a Big Mac or something. Like I don't know. Do I mean you at work all day for like 7 8 hours, so you get bored. You just making these little concoctions and stuff. So
that's what
yeah,
I'm
no
talking
doubt.
about. Okay.
Yeah.
On the McDonald's subject, have you seen the documentary McMillions before?
No.
You've got some time. We're chatting on Thursday, April 18th. You've got just a little bit of time before your life completely changes forever.
Yeah,
I think it's on Max. I guess this probably was a thing before you worked there. Do you remember the Monopoly game that McDonald's used to
yeah,
have? It's
yeah.
about that and how it was like a front for the mafia. It's excellent. It's like eight
Really?
episodes. Oh, dude, it is awesome. Like it is really, 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 really interesting. So,
Okay.
if you have 8 hours to kill, you know what I mean, between now and the next week, maybe
Yeah.
take a gander. What is your life like right now? Are you anticipation? Are you antsy, or are you calm, cool, and just kind of ready for whatever comes?
Yeah, I'm calm, cool, and ready for whatever comes.
That's interesting because if it were me, again, I always like to put myself in your shoes. You're coming off of, such an intense time in your life where so much happens and so much changes, like for your personal life and your family. And now you're getting set to enter the workforce, which for, I'm sure a lot of your friends on campus is like, like John's going to go be like an accountant, like something stupid and lame like that. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And you're getting set to like enter this whole different thing. Have you sat back and thought about it, or is there too much happening around you to have any time to sit and think like that?
No, I've definitely thought about that, but you just I've been doing a great job of just keeping my head where my feet is. Not worry about the future, not worry about the past.
Has it been interesting or overwhelming at all to speak to NFL teams and have them poke and prod you throughout this process?
Oh, it's definitely been interesting. Just I mean, I said at every visit, just blessed to be able to be in front of people like you. A lot of people where I come from have never been able to be in that position or been in the rooms that I've been in with GMs, owners or anybody like that. So just real appreciative of the whole thing.
So, if it isn't obvious at SB Nation, I cover the Dallas Cowboys. Again, and the background kind of gives it away. Cowboys are in the market for a defensive tackle. So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that would be kind of cool. And
Yeah.
something I like to do with draft prospects is I look at your Instagram just to see like what kind of life you live, or whatever, but also to
Yeah.
see who follows you that I happen to follow. And so some of
Yeah.
these things made sense, like CJ Stroud, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. Okay, duh, right? Like fellow Buckeyes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they get annoyed by the V thing too. But Micah Parsons, what's the story there?
So I was training with Micah in San Antonio for like a couple. I think it was like maybe a week.
How'd it
Yeah, so
go?
yeah, it was pretty good. I can't remember the facility. It's like yeah, I can't even remember the facility or the name of it, but yeah, we were training there. We're just doing like we're working with Mo Wells. So I mean, just to be out there with those guys, I mean, they know exactly what they're doing. I think Mo is he's at the sports academy right
Yeah.
now. So yeah, just to be able to get trained by him. I think it was me, Micah, Jamar Chase, and some other people though. But yeah, it's just a great experience to be able to be around these guys and just to learn what it takes to be a pro.
So you were the fastest guy in the room, obviously.
No. Yeah,
uh,
Micah's definitely Micah's definitely faster for
you'd say
sure.
Micah's faster than Jamar. That's interesting.
No, no, I
Okay.
don't know. No, no,
Okay.
no. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm saying he's faster than me for sure. I mean,
You
but
know,
I don't know. He's quick. Mike is very quick for his size.
that's the thing. I mean, obviously covering the Cowboys, Micah is as Micah does, and he's one of one in so many ways, and he can
Yeah,
play all over. They've lined him up over center at times,
yeah,
which doesn't happen all the time. But I think about that. That's such a hole for the Cowboys. They obviously drafted Mozzie Smith last year, who I'm
yeah,
sure you're familiar with. Although we have to talk about school and everything. Tough times right now. You know what I mean? I get that. That's okay. I'm an Aggie. Like I said, it's always tough times. That being said, where are you most comfortable? Because in all that I've read, a lot of people say three tech, but that you can play the one tech. Like, do you have a preference? Do you have something you feel like you're more
I
skilled at?
played. Yeah, I played all over. So I mean, I feel like I bring a lot of I bring a lot of versatility to the game, and not many people like me in this
I think
draft.
that's really well said. Like I said, everyone says like Mike Hall, he's elite at all these different things. I mean, it's tough to kind of put you in one box, which I think is obviously a really good thing.
Yeah,
It feels like I don't know how much you followed the NFL throughout your life. Obviously, these last few years, you're so focused and on your goals and what your job and things like that. But defensive tackle is a position that's really kind of, I don't want to say evolved, but become really cool. There
yeah,
was a time where defensive tackles nobody really cared about and it was whatever, but now it's kind of glamorous. Like now it's kind of awesome. I mean, you look at Fletcher Cox just retired, obviously. Aaron Donald just retired, obviously, but these are the creme de la creme. But I mean, your thoughts on the position in general, because everybody looks at edge rushers and they get all the sacks and they get all the fun, but defensive tackles are doing the heavier lifting.
yeah. It's definitely a lot of defensive tackles. I hear about getting double digit sacks. Back to back seasons. So I feel like yeah, it's definitely evolving, and it's no. I mean, a lot of people don't glorify it, but it's I glorify. It's my bread and butter. So for sure, definitely going out there and playing my ass off, no matter where I'm
Something
at.
something the Cowboys like among players, and I'm sure you've interacted with this or come across this throughout your journey to this point, is players from Power Five schools, players who have played in front of big time crowds. Because
Yeah.
as it relates to the Cowboys, like playing for them, it's a big stage, and that's the case in the NFL in general. Do you feel like playing in Columbus has prepped you for the next level? I mean, there aren't a lot of places like that in college football.
Yeah, I mean, having sold out games, back to back. I mean, multiple games. I mean, playing in front of 110,000, I believe that's it doesn't get any better than that. That's just in the stadium.
I
That's
gotta
not
be
including watching the TV.
right.
It's millions on millions of people watching us.
I got to
So I
be
mean,
honest. I don't love the decal system. That's just a thing. Like in general, like I don't love it because nobody has the same helmet as you. I'm a uniform
I got
guy.
you.
Like it's
Yeah,
got to all be the same. But again, I'm just you and I were being honest. We're bonding here, Mike.
yeah,
Obviously, there's no building in the NFL that can seat 110,000 on the reg. That's what makes college football so impressive. But there are some fantastic venues. There's one that is associated with Gillette. I know you're here working with Gillette on in
yeah.
partnership with Gillette. What are you doing with P&G and Meijer? This whole thing, GilletteLabs, is really interesting.
Yeah, so just been very super excited for the NFL draft and just be able to take the next step in my football career. But thanks to Gillette Labs and P&G and Meijer, just they provided the essentials I need to be ready for anything in this upcoming draft. And just getting fresh, and whether that's a fresh shave and a Gillette Labs, just looking good and feeling good. That's the whole thing. Look good, play good, feel.
Do you have your kind of setup already planned for next week? Are you still in the process of figuring all that out? Because some people like to do different things. Some people want to be alone. Some people don't want to have a party. Like, what's have you thought about that at all, or are you just taking it day by day?
Yeah, I mean, just hosting like a little party, like an event, just like in a like a house, just to have my close friends and family just all with me, who's ever been there for us since day one.
I have a question, and I've never asked anybody this, so I've chosen you very specifically. I always think it's interesting watching the draft how players, they have the right cap to wear. So do you have like a box with all the caps that is just like you'll or is that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
plan?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
really don't know that. Like I'm
yeah,
curious.
yeah. You got to have all the 32 teams because you don't know who you're getting drafted to. So
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. That's got to be. I mean, you're about to experience that, but that's going to be a really fun moment. It's like so and so's on the phone, and then do you have like a cap person, like somebody in your life that's going to be
yeah,
the
yeah,
that's going
yeah.
to
I have
riff
somebody.
riff through the box?
Oh yeah, yeah. I almost like that. My brother just tossed me a hat or whatever.
Dude, that is super cool. It's a really exciting thing. There's nothing like football. I mean, again, you get that. No disrespect to other colleges, but like I mean, playing big time college football, Power Five. I mean, the Big Ten, obviously at Ohio State, it really does not get bigger except for going to the NFL. And so
Yeah.
that being said, this has to just be a really cool moment between you and your family. I mean, everything that everyone has worked so hard for is finally about to start in a whole different way.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's just been a blessing to be able to take in this opportunity and just be able to live it.
I spoke to Romo Dunze a few weeks ago, and I was asking him about video games because somebody is going to draft you, and there's going to have a whole new bunch of fans, and those people are going to Google you, YouTube you, whatever, and they're going to find this interview, and they're going to say, "I need to learn everything about my call." So give us some like stuff about your personality for the new people that are speaking or that are looking at this a little bit in the future and trying to figure out about the newest player for their favorite team. What are the video games you like, movies you like, TV shows, just things like that. Let people in.
Gotta say, video games. You know, the simple 2K, Madden,
Who's your
Call of
team?
Duty.
Who are your teams? Like who do you play?
Uh, Any we do random. So like with my friends, we do like so we got like a little rule. We do 3 randoms. So it's no select team we play with. Cause I feel like everybody cheats, everybody gets the highest overall team and
Mm-hmm.
but I mean you can still beat them, it matters about who's on the sticks. But we got this thing we do just 3 randoms and out of the 3 randoms you pick the best available. So, wherever that is. But movies, gotta go like Friday, Baby Boy, Menace to Society. All those are all bangers.
These are all excellent choices. I like the rule of three. I might start using
Yeah,
that with my friends.
yeah,
My last question. So you're going to be in Madden soon. You got there. Just it's the timing was just a little bit off to be in the new college football game. I think that would have been cool.
yeah,
But you're going to be in Madden soon. So let's say you're on. Let's call it the Sharks. Let's just make up a team so we don't use one right now. You're on the Sharks.
yeah,
That's your NFL team, and you're playing Madden. And your brother, your boy, your friend, whoever, they're using the Sharks. So you're using somebody else. You're playing against the team that you're on. Okay.
yeah,
And in your game of Madden, you recover a fumble, and your
yeah.
friend, whoever is controlling it with you,
To, to the crib,
would you
to
let
the
yourself
crib.
score, or would you stop yourself?
No, I'll stop myself because why? No matter what. I mean, I
Dude, that
understand
would be
that's
cool
me.
though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, me. I mean, my speed on man, it got to be at least a 90 for sure. But I mean, just like I know I'm gonna take it to the crib, but I mean, it just depends on what I'm playing with, though.
That's
I
what I'm
mean, of
saying.
course, if I can make the tackle, of course I'm gonna make it just to be able to stop the touchdown. But I mean, yeah, in the game, I definitely want to see myself score because I'm gonna do it in person. I'm gonna do it live. So
Exactly. Like if, again, you're playing your friend and they recover the fumble with your Sharks teammate, tackle him. Doesn't matter. That's just your teammate.
yeah,
That's not you. But if they could recover it with you, you got to let yourself score. That's a really cool thing, you know? And because how can you can't be mad about it? And you can tell your friend like, yeah, you scored, but I'm the one in the game. Like I really
right,
scored.
yeah.
Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Enjoy this whole ride. I mean, cherish, soak up every moment, make every memory that you can, hug every single person, thank them all. You've worked very hard for this and you earn everything coming your way. So best of luck on the NFL. We'll be rooting for you.
Got you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you and your time.